Yo, what's up guys, it's Superelectivire here, and today I'll be doing a top 5 on awesome Pokemon. The category? Design and competitive use. So how is that going to work if it's all in the top 5? Well, I'm going to be doing 2 top 5s in one video to make it a top 10 kind of. But it's going to be really long, so if you look at the timestamp on the video, yeah, but it's worth it. So let's get into it. Now there are 151 Pokemon, so that's a lot. It's gonna be pretty difficult for me to compress all of those. Wait, what? There's more than 700 now? What happened? But anyways, that's a ton of Pokemon to choose from. Guess it's more than I thought, so I'll be doing them all by types. I'll also only choose Pokemon whose primary type is that type. For example, Bulbasaur has the primary type of grass and the secondary type of poison, which means that it's only going to qualify for the grass top 5. In addition, they must have a base stat total of 600 or less, which means that all the weaker legendaries can still take part, and all the really strong legendaries and really strong mega evolutions, they'll need to compete with like Squirtles. So that's how it's going to work, and hopefully these won't take too long. But it's still going to take forever because I'm also going to have an honorable mention so that no Pokemon is left behind. Well, some, because some are lost causes. Cough, cough. Magikarp. Cough, cough. Finally, this is all my opinion, so leave your own lists in the comments below, and I'll be sure to go through, look at them, and because I'm really interested in what you guys think. So today, I'll just start off with one of my favorite types out there. The relatively young type, I guess, that will burn brighter than the sun. Hashtag references. Leave a comment in the comment section if you get the reference. I'll be doing a reference every single time I do one of these videos, so whoever's first to get it will get some cookies for free. Of course, it'll come with the necessary job of going to Amazon and buying 2 packages yourself. You know, one for you and one for me. Anyways, let's go. Today's type is Fire. So to kick this off, let's take a look at some blazing cool, well, blazing hot designs. This will essentially be focusing on the official artworks. Number 5. Charmeleon. Charmeleon is the second evolution of the Generation 1 Firestarter Charmander. Its evolutionary line is one of the most popular evolutionary lines in the entire franchise, which is pretty insane. Then again, who doesn't like giant fire-breathing orange lizards with fire on their tails that breathe fire? Or cars, melons, and chairs. I mean, to be honest, those are the basis of living things. You know, cars drive you to GameStop or whatever store you go to. You have chairs for sitting on when you're waiting in that insanely long line. And then you have the melons so you don't starve in the 6-hour wait. Wow, this got really off topic. But anyways, besides Charmeleon, I also, to a lesser extent, appreciate Charizard and Charmander. Charmander is the starter, and I like it. I mean, it's great. It just didn't make the list. I mean, it's competing with, like, all these other Pokemon, so it's an honorable mention of sorts. Same thing goes for Charizard, except that I really like Charizard's design. I just feel that it's too simple for a final evolution. I mean, I know that it's the first game and they couldn't do everything, but just take a look at Venusaur. That has so much more design than Charizard. And also take a look at another fire type, you know, Delphox. You contrast those two designs. Delphox is just so much more complex. I mean, fire starters aren't really designed to be the fullest, but I just don't get the awesome giant dragon lizard that breathes fire and destroys towns. I don't get that vibe from it. Charmeleon, on the other hand, is only the second evolution, so it doesn't really need as much of the complexity, and it doesn't really need to be cute, which is why many of the second evolutions are really awkward or weird, but Charmeleon is one of those that look pretty complete to me, and that's why Charmeleon made it onto this list. Some others, on the other hand... Number 4. Infernape and Emboar. Well, here we have a tie. Seems that a lot of the starters are on this list already. We already got 3 starters on this list. So what do you know? Or maybe I just like things on fire. I mean, they're all on fire. Maybe that's it. Either way, I feel that Infernape and Emboar are just much more fitting for a final starter than Charizard. Just all the stuff they have going on. Just take a look at them. Infernape has that lean and agile look that makes it look really fast, but still powerful enough to take you down. Emboar has the look of being bulky but fierce. Both designs are, of course, reflected in their stats, which gives them extra points for this design as well. Either way, I also feel that the fire type competition isn't too much. I mean, you're competing with snails and turtles. Or maybe I just like things on fire again. If you get a girl, Chimchar or Tepig, you know, that really low chance, and you feel like singing, go listen to Alicia Keys. Number 3. Blaziken. Dang, it seems like a ton of starters are on this list. This is the 4th one, I think. Oh wait, I already said that joke. Oops. But anyways, we've got yet another fire starter. And it's also an awesome fire type in general. What strikes me about Blaziken is that it has a very menacing appearance. Looks like it's using high jump kick or something, and has the sharp claws that will OHKO you. Of course, I'm looking at the official design. And it also has the V-shaped design on its head like a powerful V-Create. Of course, it can't learn it, but it makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the things that inspired Victini. I mean, it's such an awesome fire type. Number 2. Cyndaquil and Typhlosion. What are you staring at? Yeah, I'm gonna keep going on with every single starter that exists. Come on, I'm on like, what, 5? They're just all so awesome. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 2 things. How the heck does a Cyndaquil manage to beat Blaziken and tie with Typhlosion? Well, let me answer that. Cyndaquil has the most unique design that looks more cute and shy, which is completely insane for a fire type. It also makes you want to play with fire. Not that that's a good idea, but the second thing you're thinking is that Typhlosion just looks so plain. How can I put Charizard as an honorable mention for plainness, but Typhlosion gets 2nd place? Well, in my opinion, Typhlosion just has a lot of power that's reflected through its expression and roar. And, hey, I guess I like those flames or something, even though Charizard has flames too, but Typhlosion's is bigger. Honorable mentions. I already mentioned Charmander and Charizard. However, I like Arcanine because, well, what's not to like? It just has a really solid design. Unlike some snails and turtles. Cough, cough. Rapidash is also decent. But maybe that's cause it's, like, on fire? Kind of, maybe? And finally, Darmanitan is the final honorable mention. It has that crazy look that screams the unpredictability of fire, which added it onto this list. Number 1. Delphox. Hey, I already said this was practically all the starters. I had to put this somewhere. Remember, I said I like Delphox's complexity. What? I was if I was gonna put it on this list, I was supposed to put it 5th. Oh wait, did I say Delphox? Number 1. Entei. The ultimate fire typing design has to be the one and only Entei. You don't want to mess with Entei. It just has that fierce tired look that says, I'm gonna fry you like frying French fries. Did I mention I'm obsessed with French fries? Also has those steel plates on the back in the mask. All those little extra designs add to his final design that make Entei look relatively simple, but still awesome, fearsome, and complex. Now, I'm not really including shinies in this list, but shiny Entei makes it look like Entei old. Well, I guess that's enough of that. Certainly got off track again. Moving on to the second part of this list. Let's get into the competitive scene with the top 5 competitive fire types. Number 5. Arcanine. This legendary Pokemon is very decent in the competitive scene. Has insane versatility with its wide move pool and great abilities. With all those power creeps, its stats are still overall decent, with a decent attack and an okay speed. However, the ability to run a sweeper with moves such as Outrage, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Wild Charge, Crunch, Iron Head, Extreme Speed, Solar Beam, and Sunny Day really help it. There are so many options, and even though most are never used, they all still have the potential to work in certain circumstances. In addition, its ability to Intimidate along with Will-O-Wisp help to make it a decent wall. It even gets Morning Sun for healing. There are just so many variations of this Pokemon that make it unpredictable and great. Number 4. Darmanitan. I mentioned before that Darmanitan has those crazy eyes. Well, that craziness also goes into its battling. With the Choice Scarf, it combines its amazing 140 base attack with a +1 its speed. And it already has a decent 95 speed, which means it can go fast. It also has access to some of the most powerful moves in the game, including Superpower, Hammer Arm, Earthquake, Thrash, U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Belly Drum, and Zen Headbutt. Oh yeah, don't forget about that base 105 base HP that makes it decently bulky as well. Even against hacks. That's crazy. Mega Darmanitan would be so awesome. Insanity. I'm just gonna shout out random words, I guess. Bidoof. Number 3. Heatran. Oh gosh, more legendaries. But Heatran is awesome because he is actually a legendary, not the legendary species. That and the fact it's, awesome for the power of volcanoes. Sorry Cameruts, I'm just not a fan. Its typing is just so much better. Steel gives it a ton of resistances to common types such as Flying, Steel, Psychic, Ice, Fairy, and Dragon. It's arguably one of the best types, if not the best. In addition, it has great defensive stats. Well, relatively good defensive stats. I mean, it could be higher, but it's very even. And it also has a nice special attack to still do damage while it's being an annoying wall. The most common Heatran sets are very bulky, but its special attack stat gives it the ability to use like a Scarf or Specs set to go for tons of damage. Just look at that face! Number 2. Talonflame. Come on, you guys all saw this coming. The Smogon bird wrecked the whole metagame in X and Y. Along with Mega Pinsir, you now have to bring a bird spam counter for fear that you will run into one or the other. I mean, come on, this thing changed the whole metagame. And come on, listen to its name. Talonflame. I mean, I guess you could say anything like that. Slugma. That's up to you guys to decide. But this thing is like Arcanine mixed with a Charizard. Has the typing of Charizard with strong priority and rolls as Arcanine. Similarly to Arcanine, can also use Will-O-Wisp and Bulk Up to be relatively defensive and annoying. It also gets Roost to heal, so it could work. Or you could just be super destructive with Swords Dance and priority stab boosted Brave Bird. Or Choice Band. That's even worse, because you don't even need to set up. Seriously, have you seen a bird grab a tree and throw it off the cliff? No? Well, let me show you a simplified version of that. Honorable mentions. Well, first off, we have Typhlosion. More starters. Oh gosh. Scarfed Eruption not only goes first many times, but it also does a huge chunk of damage. Next, we have Infernape. Infernape is fast and furious with pretty decent stats. I already mentioned this guy before. It can run physical or special because of such balanced stats, but the thing that makes Infernape stand out is priority moves like Mach Punch and Vacuum Wave. You have a choice of who you want to shatter, the physical walls or the special walls. The only thing is that the Iron Fist ability is great for boosting your power, but most of those moves are all physical, so that's why physical is usually used. But Life Orb can be used on either way in order to boost your attack. Pink cuddly blobs of doom, I am gonna get you even if it killed me. Well, that didn't work. I guess we'll continue with the honorable mentions. So finally we have Emboar. Its hidden ability Reckless gives its recoil moves some insane boosts. Recoil moves are usually pretty powerful to begin with, but Reckless gives its Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, and Head Smash all extra boosts. Combine that with an attack stat that is the same as the ultimate Pokemon God, and that's going to be doing some major damage. Also has a pretty good HP stat that gives him some of Darmanitan's bulk as well. Finally, we have done it. We've conquered the world. To be honest though, I was just trying to show you guys all those moves. But did you see that? They couldn't even do half damage to those pink blobs of doom. How the heck? Actually, you know who these guys remind me of? The legacy of the fire fighting type starters began with one. Number 1, Delphox. Now I know what you're thinking. Dude, you already tried this trick on us, we're not falling for that. There's absolutely no way Delphox is good at battling. And plus, you already basically told us number 1 is Blaziken. I mean, it was the first fire type starter that was also fighting type. But have you seen Delphox's special attack stat? It's 114, which is even higher than Infernape's. And don't forget about its great speed of 104. That thing outspeeds a lot. That's pretty good. Also, 100 special defense for a sweeper is not bad at all. Oh yeah, did you know it resists a total of 7 types? We haven't even seen its abilities yet. Sure, Blaze may be complete trash, but Magician has a cool niche where you can steal an item from your opponent. That's a perfect way to take Eviolite from Chanseys. Then you can use Psyshock to hit them on their weak physical side. There you go. That's the whole reason Delphox is first. There is not a better Chansey Slayer than Delphox. So what does Delphox say? Wait, what's that? Is that the sound of... Oh, it's Blaziken. Huh. Blaziken sounds like a decent Chansey Slayer too. Sounds good. Sounds good, yeah, I like that. See ya, Delphox. Blaziken, here we come. Number 1. Blaziken. Alright, so here we have an awesome firefighting starter. Boy, all the starters like to pile up in this episode. At the beginning we got like those Charizard. Actually, we used basically half of all the fire starters except Delphox. Well, we gave him some spotlight, right? And at the end, we are still finishing with the starter. How crazy. Darmanitan crazy. Mega Darmanitan crazy. Bidoof crazy. Oh, wait. Did I just say beginning and end? Like... Alpha and Omega? Generation 3 remakes confirmed! But anyways, we've got this uber awesome Pokemon. Makes you want to be a chicken. Well, a blazing chicken. Blaziken. You can be a chicken when you get Zubat everywhere and you want to run out of that cave. That's the only way you're gonna live. But if you're a Blaziken, you can beat all those with a one-hit KO move, like high jump kick that somehow hits all of them at the same time. But that ability to hit every single Zubat in the cave at the same time is kind of true, because Blaziken has the ability to hit every single Pokemon in the game, or at least neutral coverage. Combine that with Sword Stance, hit everything. Hard. Like Geodude hard. Oh yeah, it has a 120 attack and 110 special attack. Scared yet? Wait, what are you guys saying? It only has 80 base speed? Well, that's no problem at all. Let's just make it look harmless with the 530 VST. But let's give it speed boost to fix that problem. This guy is insane. Oh, let's see. It already has Sword Stance, and we're gonna give him speed boost. How else can we make this guy even more OP? Should we give him the Dragon type? Nah, that doesn't really fit. What other move could make that destructive? Baton Pass! That way you can pass those boosts onto another guy. Perfect. Maybe you want to Baton Pass Mega Salamence. Maybe does a +6 attack and speed Aerial Late Mega Salamence scare you? How about a +6 in attack and speed Parental Bond Mega Kangaskhan? No? Huh. What else scares you guys? How about the big god Electivire himself? Yeah! GG Metagame! Fire types is a completely new account I made for this video. You can see I already used this a couple times. It's unregistered, so if you want to go burn people up, go right ahead and register on Showdown. Seeing as I couldn't get anybody to help me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting there using my computer and my phone. Yeah, it looked really great. Insomnia. Anyways, I don't want anybody to steal me out at night. But I needed a legit battler to help me with the Blaziken suite, so I went to the Uber's Ladder, got a battle. I'd like to shout out Javaldro, is that how you pronounce his name, for the battle and not rage quitting. Very helpful, I got a battle on my first try. Of course, he called me a hacker twice, denied my GG, said some choice words about fire trucks. Either way, here's the battle, hope you guys enjoy it. There was that crucial Stone Miss, and I guess that was hacks, but if he was really that mad about it, he should have just called me a haxer and not a hacker. That just shows you just how great Electivire is, right? I mean, Blaziken, oh no, Blaziken, nah. Electivire, come on. But I do want to make a point. We're nearing the end of this episode. For all you Delphox lovers out there, I'm not trying to bash Delphox. In my opinion, it lacks the design, but it's overall okay. I actually prefer underrated Pokemon, like, you know, Torkoal. I like Torkoal. I like Donphan. I like Aggron. I like Mega Aggron. I like Mega Venusaur. All these underrated Pokemon are some of my favorites, like Electivire, big. He's so underrated. Did you see that, sweet? Come on. Okay, but if you feel offended, sorry. Look on the bright and fiery side. At least it's getting some of that sunny spotlight. Heck, I did a whole explanation of why it's like the best Pokemon in the game besides Mega Blaziken. It should enjoy as much sun as it can get while it still can. But anyways, that's it for this long 6-hour video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you got to watch it while you were sitting in line in GameStop waiting for whatever you're waiting for. And hopefully it isn't causing you insomnia. Go to sleep. Have a great rest of the night, and remember,